Well, hello. Welcome back to Fitness Friday with Johnny Tiger on June 30, 2023. Happy Canada Day in advance to our Canadian friends. Um, it is really late. Actually, by the time you see this video, it will probably be July 1st, Canada Day. Because my original plan of making this video earlier did not pan out. I actually had more kettlebell exercises planned for you guys, but I got a phone call and had to leave the house and go have dinner with a friend, and uh, things didn't go as planned. Let's just put it this way. So now it's almost midnight, and I want to get this Fitness Friday out of the way so I don't have to worry about it later on because tomorrow, Canada Day, most likely I will be out of the house all day celebrating and getting sunburned and all that stuff. So it's unlikely I will be able to get a survival Saturday out. So I don't want to be in that place where Sunday come around and I'm thinking, oh my God, I got Fitness Friday, Survival Saturday, and Sausage Sunday to worry about. It's not a good place to be when you are kind of backed up and have to make 2 or 3 videos in one day. Uh, yeah, even though my videos are very low production, I don't really do any kind of editing or anything like that, but each one of these videos generally take an hour to 4 hours to do, from planning to conception and to making the video to retakes and to upload and all that stuff. So it is a lot of work. Um, so rather than doing kettlebell, because it is getting a little bit late, and if I start messing around with free weights right now, my upstairs neighbor is going to start complaining. Rightly so at this late hour. So today we are going to just have a talk. We are going to talk about the 6 beginner questions that almost everybody have when they first get into fitness and weight training and stuff like that. Because I think these are, while they're very basic, but uh, they do come up very often. Either you have asked about them before, I have asked about them before, or someone is going to ask you or me sometime in our lifetime. So it's good to address them here, and they're not that complicated. So why not? So the first question is, what should I focus on? What should I focus on? Okay, this one is a little bit similar to I get asked by a lot of people, what martial arts should I do? And it all stems from the same place because there's so many choices. Okay, maybe more so in martial art, but even in fitness, when you're complete new to this is very confusing. Even for some more intermediate people, it's still very confusing. Should I do weight every day? Should I do weight every second day? Should I do cardio and weight and calisthenic? Or is calisthenic much better than weight? Or should I just focus on cardio? Should I do cardio on the same day as weight? Should I do cardio before weight? Should I? There's just so many. Should I? And unfortunately, if you just rely on Google and YouTube videos such as this one, you may never come to a satisfactory answer, but be that as it may, I'm going to give you my answer from my experience. It's really depending on what you're looking for. Okay, rather than asking what you should do, ask yourself what you are looking for. Am I trying to build big, strong muscles? Am I still am I trying to lose weight? Am I trying to maintain muscles? Uh, am I trying to uh, build lean and functional muscles and lean physique? Because depending on what you're trying to do, the answer is going to be very different. Obviously, if you want to build big muscles, then you kind of want to stay away from cardio. Now, why do I say that? A lot of people say, isn't cardio very important? Yes, it is. But if you are trying to build big, big Schwarzenegger kind of muscles, then cardio most likely will slow you down. The reason being, to build big muscles, it requires a lot of fuel, a lot of protein, a lot of weight, a lot of building block, which is almost the complete opposite of doing cardio. The whole thing about doing cardio is you're burning away these building blocks, you're burning away energy. So if you are trying to build big muscles but you do too much cardio, it's going to retard your muscle growth uh, speed. They'll still happen, but it's going to take a lot longer. Similarly, if your goal is to have a healthy heart, healthy lungs, and not gas out when you have to go up 10 flights of stairs, then you probably want to stay away from muscle building because muscle building require you to eat a lot of calorie, require you to eat a lot of protein, which means usually it translates to body weight, a lot more taxing on your heart, a lot more taxing on your lungs. So if you need to build good, strong cardio, then it is a good idea to stay away from heavy, heavy bodybuilding because it's counterproductive. Uh, Now, it is worth mentioning at this point that some people think that they want more muscles, but honestly, a lot of time, uh, what you really need is to lose weight. Why do I say that? Because a lot of times muscles already there. most of us, most of us have the same amount of muscle. There's no such thing as someone have more muscle than the other person. Okay, someone might have bigger muscles, someone have more dense muscles, but most of us have the same amount of muscles. You have two biceps. I have two biceps. You have six pack. I have six pack. You have two pecs. I have two pecs. Everybody is built more or less along the same blueprint. So a lot of time when people say, "Oh, I don't have muscle," it's not that you don't have muscle. A lot of times the muscles are there, but it's covered under a layer of fat. So in this case, it doesn't do you any good to make the muscles any bigger because if you make those muscles bigger and the fat is still there, the muscle is still not going to show. Or even if they do, it's not going to be very good looking. So you might have a much quicker time, much easier time, if you focus on losing that layer of fat rather than trying to make those muscles so big that they'll show through the layer of fat. Now, if you are really, really skinny to begin with, then in that case, what you actually want to do is to pack on more weight before building muscles because uh, I have trained people before that are super, super lean, almost no body fat, and when they get muscular, trust me, not very good looking. They look really freaky. They're just like totally shredded, totally ripped, and they look awkward. Okay, like we when we talk about like good looking muscles, it's not a case of the more the better. They have to have shape to them. They have to have the right kind of roundness, curvature, contours to them. When you look at someone and that person look like a cheese grater, that they're so ripped they look like a cheese grater, that's not a good look either. Uh, how about calisthenics? Well, calisthenics is great for a very balanced kind of workout. It's not going to get you huge muscles. It's not going to get you good cardio, but it's going to get you a bit of both. So people who do a lot of calisthenics are what you would imagine soldiers look like. So if you like that military soldier look, that lean, mean fighting machine look, then calisthenics is what you want to focus on, because calisthenics give you the I wouldn't say the best of both worlds, but a bit of both. It gives you enough of the both world, and also calisthenics is great for people who already reached their cardio goal or already reached their muscle mass, their size, and they just want to maintain their physique from this point. So they don't want to get bigger, but they don't want to get smaller either. So in this case, calisthenics is a great way to keep that up. So again, before you ask what should I do, what is the best thing to do, then it's best to figure out what exactly is the goal that you're trying to accomplish here. Question number two: how do I know when I'm not doing enough? Okay, and this one again, it is very, very common. We run into this one all the time. How do I know when I'm doing too little? How do I know when I'm not doing enough? Um, well, it really comes down to a very simple, brutal, but simple answer. If it feels comfortable, if it's not doesn't feel hard, then you're not doing enough. Okay? Just think about anything else you're trying to do in life that require you to grow. When you're in school, why is it that math get harder and harder? How come math is not just okay, you do 2 plus 2 from beginning to end. Why can't you just do 2 plus 2 every day? Because that's still math, right? No, because then you're not growing. You already know 2 plus 2, time to move on. Why is it that it's not okay to just recite the same Shakespeare poetry every day from grade 9 to grade 12? Because once you learn that, it no longer doing you any good. Right? Fitness is the same way. While we don't want you to kill yourself, uh, doing whatever it is you're doing, cardio, running, jogging, sit up, push ups, heavy lifting, bench press, we don't want you to kill yourself, but it's come down to the fact that evolution doesn't happen unless there is a challenge. Okay, so when you're working out, whether it be cardio or weightlifting, weight training, calisthenics, if you keep doing just what you're comfortable with, then change is not going to happen. The best you can hope for in this case is maintaining. It's going to maintain what you have, uh, but you're not going to advance because for muscles to grow, for a body to evolve, for changes to happen, your body have to go, oh crap, this is kind of stressful. This is kind of hard. Let's make some adjustment to our muscles, to our tendon, to our heart, to our circulation. That will make this a little bit easier. And then you add a little bit more to it, and your body go, oh crap, this is kind of difficult. Let's add a little bit more here. Let's add a little bit more to the lungs, to the heart, to the muscles to make this easier. So you need to feel the pain, not the pain like it's broken, but the pain that it's sore, it's burning. Feel the burn. You need to get tired, otherwise, you're not doing enough. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. I know a lot of people hate the, oh God, I'm all sweaty. I don't want to be sore. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I don't want to feel like I'm inadequate when I struggle with that weight. But that is exactly what it's needed for you to grow, is to struggle. If there's no struggle, there's no growth. Life is like that. And just as important is question number three. What is, how do I know when I'm doing too much? And this one is very simple. Listen to your body. Okay. Note, I say listen to your body. Do not listen to your mind. Do not listen to your emotion. Do not listen to your brain. Because when you're working out, when you're trying to get fit, your brain, your mind, your emotions, they are actually your biggest enemy. Right? They are the voices that tell you, I don't feel like it. They are the voices that tell you, maybe this is too much. They are the voices that tell you, "Mm, let's take a break today. We deserve a break today." Don't listen to your mind, your emotion, your brain. They will hold you back from accomplishing your goal every single time when it comes to weightlifting, bodybuilding, weight training, calisthenics, cardio, and all that stuff. And the reason is very simple because biologically, our mind, our brain, our emotion is wired. Biologically, it's wired to take the easy way out. Human beings, it's one of the very, very few, if not the only creature in this world that will go out of our way to lift weight, to run until we're out of breath, to work up a sweat. There's no other animals out there that will go out of their way to do that. Maybe they do it in play when they're having fun when they're playing, but there's no other animal that's going to go out of their way to torture themselves like this, because instinctually, biologically, our instinct is when you can rest, rest. When you can eat, eat. Don't waste energy. So this is one of those things that you want to ignore your instinct and just listen to your body. When I say listen to your body, it's because your body is the best indication. I talked about this before. Feeling soreness is fine, but feeling sharp, stabbing pain, not good. Feeling pain after your workout, especially 24-hour, 12-hour, 24-hour after your workout, that's fine. A lot of times that's a good indication of a good workout when you're sore next day. But if you are sore during the workout, like when you go pick up that weight and you feel this pain in your elbow, you need to stop. Okay? So pain during is not good. Pain after is fine. Uh, Burning, fatigue kind of pain is fine. Sharp, stabbing pain, like something just got broken, that's not cool. That's not good. Uh, and another way to tell if you overdid it is if your after workout pain, uh, your delay onset muscle fatigue, uh, will last for longer than a week. Okay, having a couple of days of being sore is fine. When you're new, especially, you might be sore for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days. But if after a week it's still debilitating, then you overdid it. Okay, so uh, if it's just sore for a couple of days after your workout, you're fine. You're not broken. But if it's sore, if it's hurting during the workout, if it's hurting a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the workout, then you broke something. Something's wrong. Okay, so listen to your muscle, listen to your body, but remember, you need to ignore your mind and instinct and emotion and your brain when you come to working out. Otherwise, you will never get anywhere. Question number 4. How long does it take before I see result? This one is dependent on where you are when you first start. Some people, like especially people who are super, super skinny, lean, slender to begin with, uh, they will see a result in under 2 months. The results show really quickly. And honestly, your result, if you are a little bit chubby, have a little bit, few extra pounds, the result is there. You just don't see it. So what I like to tell people is don't worry about seeing the result. Worry about feeling the result. How long does it take before you start to feel a difference? I would say for most people, if you consistently working out, no matter it's cardio, weight training, calisthenics, if you keep it up consistently 2 times a week, 3 times a week, and work up a good sweat every time, within 3 months, you will feel the difference. You will feel the difference in your physical attributes. Some part of your body will feel firmer. You walking around, going up and downstairs, your energy level will be very different. You'll notice a difference, and also you will notice a psychological difference. When you're working out, you will feel a lot better than when you first start. Honestly, every one of us feel it really hard in the beginning. A lot of time, depending on the kind of workout you're doing, it's still going to feel really hard after many, many years. But the difference is once the change kicks in, you will feel that adrenaline boost, that endorphin shot in your brain when you're working out. So I would say for most people, don't worry about seeing the result, but worry about feeling the result. And for most people, it will be 2 to 3 months. Question number 5. What is this? Which muscle group is this movement working? This one I get a lot from new students, people who are trying to figure out what exercise they're doing and what is good for their muscles and stuff like that. So a lot of time I get questions like, "Hey, this movement is this good for my bicep? This movement is this for pecs?" And while there is nothing wrong with asking those questions, because you don't know, if you don't know, you should ask. There's nothing wrong with asking those questions. Um, I will tell you that you are kind of doing this backward. Okay, it is complicated sometimes trying to figure out uh, this movement is good. What muscle is this good for? This is kind of equivalent of me going to the gas station and coming home with a bucket of diesel, and me asking you, hey, I got a bucket of diesel. What kind of car should I buy to go with this? Right? So that's kind of a similar thing. So rather than trying to do a movement, uh, and trying to figure out what muscle is this movement for, do it the other way around. Tell me what muscle you want to work, and then we go from there. Ask yourself what muscle are you trying to build, and then figure out what movement are designed for those muscle groups. Uh, because when you are doing a movement and you don't know what that movement is good for, honestly, you probably shouldn't be doing it in the first place because it's you know you you should focus on like what you want to accomplish first rather than doing the movement and then trying to figure out what it's good for after. So I'm not saying that asking those questions wrong, but if you turn the whole process around, figure out the muscle group and then figure out the movement, you'll have a much easier time. But just in case you still run into the situation where you say, hey, I'm doing this movement, but I'm not quite sure what I'm working. Let me give you the most quickest, easiest answer because this is pretty tried and true. Um, in the end, if you do that movement, and depending on which part of you feel is burning, whichever part of you that is getting tired is the part that's getting the workout. Now, some people may say, well, that doesn't make sense because when I do push up, everybody tell me when I do push up, it's good for my pecs, it's good for my pectoral, and yet when I do push up, it's my arms that's getting tired. Well, this means that your pectoral is a lot stronger than your arm, or that your arm positioning is slightly off when you're doing push-up. So in this case, whether it's because your pectoral is stronger or your arm positioning is wrong, the answer is yes, it is your arm that you're working because it is your arms that are getting tired. So it really is that simple. When you do a movement and you're trying to figure out what muscle is it working, ask yourself which part of you is it getting tired. If nothing is getting tired, well, then sorry to say it, nothing is getting developed. Something have to get tired because, as we mentioned before, without challenge, there's no development. Without challenge, there's no evolution. So uh, something have to be getting tired. If you are doing a movement and nothing is getting tired, then it's either time to add more reps, add more weight, or do some other movement. Last but not least, and this one is a doozy, because almost everybody will run into this one, is how do I stay motivated? And let's face it, uh, especially when you're new, there's going to be many times when you want to skip the workout, when you feel like you just don't want to do it. You feel like maybe today you are too depressed. Maybe today you're too busy. Today you already did enough. Or there's some other reason. Maybe you don't want to wake up your family member. That you're always going to find an excuse to don't want to do it. And I have a news for you because I get asked this before by many students. When does it become easier? When do you stop not wanting to do it? When does it stop being hard? Well, the bad news I have for you is it never does. I've been working out since I was 12 years old. I've been doing martial arts since I was 8.5 years old. I'm 41 this year. And there's still many times when I don't want to do it. Every time I get on the treadmill and do my 10-kilometer run, I don't want to do it. I'm giving it to you guys very straight. Every time before I get onto that treadmill, it's a mental struggle. Okay. Um, so how do I stay motivated? What's my tip for you to stay motivated? I already said this in the previous question. Ignore your mind, ignore your brain, ignore your emotion. Just do it. There are many times when it's time to uh, go to the studio and do our half an hour of cardio kickboxing and an hour of self-defense training and sparring and all that stuff. And sometimes after a long day, I'm like, oh my God, I really don't want to do this. But then I tell myself, suck it up, go do it. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you're depressed or not. Go do it. And you know what? The first 10 minutes is torture. The first 10 minutes when I'm doing it, I hate myself. I want to go home. But after that, once you push through that wall, you will thank yourself for doing it. By the end of the session, you will feel so good that both that because you had a good workout, but also you overcame uh, negative emotion. You overcame something very big. You were able to overcome yourself. You were able to push through even when you didn't feel like doing it. So, how to stay motivated? Honestly, it sounds crass, it sounds corny, but it really just comes down to do it. Just go do it. Just go do it. And so those are the six most common questions I get hit with by beginners and intermediate people working out. Uh, how much to do is too much, how much to do is not enough, how to stay motivated, what movement is good for what muscle group, how long before I beginning to see results, and what kind of workout should I do. Now, while my answer is no more valid or invalid than a lot of the other answers you can find on YouTube, take it as what it is, and I hope you enjoy the content we have on this channel. Please, if you can, like the video, subscribe to the channel, help pass the word around. It's always good to have the channel grow. Uh, and meanwhile, Happy Canada Day. Happy 4th of July coming up. Please stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you guys, if not tomorrow, at least on Sunday.